NBA OG edition of I guess I call it NBA OG edition. I don't know what to call it no more because I'm not calling it the Pub Hub Crew. So good to be back with my fellas. NBA has been a beautiful thing, as my boy would say, to start the season, and we look to keep it going here on this Tuesday. We have 5 games on the slate, but before we get to those 5 games, Dutchy, how's everything been with you? How you feeling today?
Yeah, man, I'm feeling real good actually, especially since I sparked this bubble bath, man. It's just a beautiful thing. Woo, got the flavor and everything. Shout out to whoever did this. Yeah, hit that fucking like button though, like I'm about to hit this plane. Get you right where you need to be. Believe it. Shout out to Nets Bets, our guy in the chat, BJ. Stacks plate of the day in there. Our boy Justin, first in here. Good to see some real ones holding us down. Liking the Pacers +4. I'm liking where he's at, man. I'm liking where he's at. The NBA though, man, hey, it's been, as I mentioned, it's been a little bit bumpy to start. But hey, it just so happens since we touched down, I believe, last Tuesday, hey, your motherfucker's been profiting like no other. So, and definitely, has something to do with this show. Absolutely. I believe it does. So, but it, things are kind of falling in my favor. Had a little bit of bad luck to start the season, but yeah, seen the card pretty good yesterday. Did lose a unit on the Nuggets first half. I don't know if y'all watched that game. There's some shit going down in Detroit. Malone was out, Joker. There's some crazy shit. But easy motherfucking money with the Pelicanos and the Timberwolves at the crib. Hey, man, it's good money, man. Timberwolves at the crib. When Skee told me Timberwolves on the road, and I was like, man, fuck that. And then he was right, but I got it right back. And plus, at the crib, man, because it was definitely good money against the Knickerbockers yesterday. But yeah, man, we got a bummy fucking card today, but for some reason I got 3 plays. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's like I went to the strip club during the day, drunk as fuck, and spent some money somehow. That's what I'm looking at today. But I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna win it tonight. I feel like I'm seeing the car, the board clearly. So I'm not gonna be scary. Just because they're ugly motherfuckers, don't mean I'm not gonna profit off of them. That's the way I'm looking at today. So already know I'm gonna get some shots from the chat about who's on my card. But believe me, man, we're gonna profit off of these motherfuckers. We're gonna profit.
Yeah, if he's scared, go to church. My boy said he ain't going to church.
Yeah. Hell no, man. Hell no. Maybe Wednesday night, something like that. Potluck.
But Bano, let me talk to you about this one. How's everything been going with you? And how you feeling today?
I'm just laughing because I got ESPN on and I see on the ticker Patriots will wait until Sunday to name their starting quarterback. You have 3 quarterbacks. Their names are Suck, Suck, and Suck. Trust me, the world is not waiting with bated breath. Who the hell is going to be a quarterback for them on Sunday? Believe me on that. Yeah, NBA Skee, it's going well. It's going really, really well this season. We had a little bit of a stumble last week for a few days, but boy, the last couple of days have been good. Yesterday, Washington, Milwaukee flying over the total. It was very easy to cash that one. Yesterday, it was a good overall profitable card, but that was the main bet for me. Miami in a revenge spot against Chicago. It was nice to see that one get home. So it was a good Monday. And for a 5-game card, I like this card. I think there's some opportunities. So I'm looking forward to talking about it here.
Yeah, some games, I'm not going to lie, like Dutch said, it looked ugly. I'm surprised he said he got 3 plays. I thought this would be a backward day. But, we got to make some money. There's some money to be made if we just look around a little bit. Wham Bam, how you feeling today? How's everything been with you?
Yeah, man. Like my boy does say, ever since we started this damn show, bro, I've been looking good than a motherfucker, man. Gooder than a bitch, man. You feel me? So I'm happy as I can be to be back here with you guys. Shout out to my dog Dud. Shout out to Babano. Shout out to you as well, Skee. Y'all just helped me kind of unlock the blinders, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some shit I wasn't able to see until we started, and it's been looking good, bro. So we're gonna keep going and what's been cooking. And not going against the grain today, man. So you should know what we betting, man, because we've been betting it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We've been betting it, and we're just gonna stick to the script.
Let's stick to it. And my guy JP, he says, I seen a bit of smoke in the air. That was my notification. I like it. All right, let's get to it. We got 5 games for today. And first one up, we'll go in rotation order like always. First game up will be 5-17, 5-18. Toronto heading into Orlando to take on the Magic. Opened up Magic -1.5. Still 1.5s everywhere. Total open 216. Not much movement there either, although there are a lot of 215.5s. For the injury report for both teams, Toronto still has Koloko and Thaddeus Young out. For Orlando, they'll continue to be without Wendell Carter Jr. and Markel Fultz. I'll come to Dutchy here on this one, and let me ask you: it's been a beautiful thing, as you would say, with this Magic first half. Really, Magic everything. Would you look to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Or are you looking towards the Raptor side?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our boy Mean Green Picks in the building. I see you, my guy. Yeah, I want to go to the window with the Magic, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm backward in this motherfucker because I already got enough bummies on my card. As I said pregame, like, hey, bro, like I can't bet on every ugly motherfucker. But now that Orlando's been really nice, man. I like what I seen. They surprised me against the Pacers. They smacked them. I mean, it was up by 40 in that motherfucker. It was from start to finish a good old ass whooping. But the Magic, like, I mean, I'll let Bobano go a little bit more into it because this is kind of his team. But yeah, they're ATS fucking just savages, bro. Like, I mean, got to fade them, especially with a Raptors team that's not so good on the road. I believe they're like 4-14, the last 18 on the road or some shit. They're not good basketball team outside of the North. So I could only look Orlando, but I do believe the Raptors are a better basketball team, and they're getting healthier. They're rested. We'll see. Obviously, with Orlando having some big wins against Chicago back to back, and then as I mentioned, smacking them in Indiana. But a nice little road trip. We'll see how they play in Magic City.
That we will. Differing opinions in the chat. Coming to Ian next. It's your boys up there in the North versus your other team who's patting your pockets. The chat is kind of in between both as well. We have some love for the Magic, some love for the Raptors. That's that Warrior thinks both. He says Magic first half, Raptors full game. How do you approach it, Bobano?
Yeah, Orlando's been one of those teams like Brooklyn, like Houston, teams that I've just been riding throughout the season. Some of the best point spread teams in the Oklahoma City is another one. And Orlando's just been very good this season as far as covering numbers. Better than that, actually. 10-3 against the spread overall this season. What I like about the Magic is, you're not supposed to be playing this well and still be able to be strong and copacetic at the point guard spot when you're missing Markel Fultz, who's missed some time, but it's been no problem. And what I like about this team too is, their defensive play has really stepped up this year. They've improved in that regard. I think there's more perimeter firepower on this Magic team that we've seen in years past, and it's just a well-oiled machine right now. Jalen Suggs has played, I think, some of his best basketball in a Magic uniform as of late. Paolo Banchero, outstanding all season long. Another 24-point effort for him in Orlando's last game. So they're getting just commitment and contributions from just so many different areas right now. And you can't deny the first half success. Now, I've been on Orlando full game with every bet. This is one spot where I might shift things a little bit more toward the first half with Orlando, which you can get at -120. They're 12-1 against the spread this year in the first half, the Orlando Magic. So 12 out of 13 games, they have covered the number in the first half, and they pretty much just have to win the first half here in order to cash a ticket. But it's not just Orlando being good in the first half. You've got a bet against situation in the first half on the other side. Toronto's had some terrible starts to games recently. Go back and look at the recent games we've seen from the Raptors. Prior to the blowout win against Detroit, where they actually did play a strong opening 24 minutes, they had a slow start against Boston. They were down big at halftime of that game. They had a brutal first half against Milwaukee last week. They were down big in the first half. Before that, against Washington, that's the game that they came back and won against maybe the worst team in the Eastern Conference. They had a brutal first half. They got down double digits in the first half at home against the lowly Washington Wizards. So not only do you have this Orlando team playing good, covering numbers in the first half, but you've got a recent pattern of behavior from the Toronto Raptors with these bad starts and these very slow starts in the first half for them recently. So this is one where I like Orlando in the game to win, But I personally like the first half even more, considering you've got a strong hot starter in Orlando in the first half on one side and a Toronto team that has been awful in the majority of their recent games in the first half. So you put the two together, Orlando first half for me in this one tonight.
Yeah, and I believe that's -0.5. If I look at the margins, Orlando first half is plus 11.1. Raptors are -3.4. So it definitely backs up the way you're looking, Babano. Bam. I'm gonna come over to you, and I feel like there's some props to be had. Saturated came in and says the Raptors had 44 assists last game. He's all over Barnes and Siakam assists. You looking towards any of those guys, or how do you approach this one?
So Babano said a lot of stuff that I like. First off, like I said, we're sticking to the script. We're going right to that first half. Since my guy Babano's talked about it, y'all already know that's what I'm doing as well. I'm taking money line though. It did take a money line -120. I just don't want to. I just rather, if it is a tie, I'd rather just get my money back. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I didn't take the half. But I do agree with all the looks, and I think it correlates with the second quarter margin for both of these teams. I just had that up. Let me make sure I got it right here. Both of these, this team in Orlando, they're number one. They're number one in the opponent's second quarter margin as far as opponent's defense. They're allowing opponents 25.1, and this team is only averaging 24.5. So they're 29th in the second quarter. They suck ass as far as Toronto, and they pretty bad in the first quarter as well. 26.6 is what they're averaging as far as on the offensive side, and they're still holding opponents down to 24.9. Now, obviously, it's not a small sample size because we got about 14, 15 games so far with some of these teams here. So I just like what we've been getting for Orlando. I'm going to stick to the script with that, and I think they are going to hold it down. They're number one in offense in the second quarter, 32 points. So if I haven't been able to look at the second quarter spread there, but I like that second quarter spread just as much as the first half there because it just kind of correlates right there. Along with the props, like you said, bro. And you said it, Babano. The boy Jalen Suggs, man. He had an injury, he was out, came back, only had 18 minutes, dropped 18 points. And against this I like to go into what this boy been doing since you said it's the best he's been against as the Magic. And somehow, some way, his best opponent is the Raptors. He's averaging 20 points against this team, 24 points the last time, 15 points the time before that. And he only played him 3 times, 21 points that other time before that. I'm taking his over 11.5 points. That's where we're getting right now with Jalen Suggs. He was able to play that last game, showed out on the offensive side. And then I'm taking it all the way up to 15 points, which is plus 225. Ladder that up all the way to Jalen Suggs. So Jalen Suggs tonight, and also we are on the Magic first half.
Dutch Boy Fresh, Mr. Blurred Lines, Robin Thicke, yeah.
That's fucking funny as hell.
That's funny shit, bro.
I like that comment from BC.
I've been hearing that shit a lot at my job though, at the bar. Like a lot of these Latin girls, they think I'm like, who the fuck is that? I never heard that shit in my life until like the last 3 months. I've heard it a lot lately though. Shout out to the first comment. I don't know about the second one though. We appreciate the best show, my man. And
following up on what WAM said about Jalen Suggs, there was some chatter the year he was drafted that the Raptors were going to take him. They passed on Jalen Suggs. They took Scotty Barnes instead, which actually is probably a great decision on their part to do that. But that's always in the back of your mind as a player. Like, those motherfuckers could have drafted me and they passed on me. So I think that's a little something to why Suggs might be always incentivized playing well against the Raptors.
Shout out to Babano with the backstory right there. Shout out to Babano, man. I didn't even know.
What's his number?
Chris Mack with game 2.
What's his number tonight?
The Raptors made the right decision, though.
Jalen Suggs is 11.5. Yeah, Jalen Suggs is 11.5. They may have Cole Anthony starting, but I think he they're going to be pretty much sharing that up there. So 11.5 for him. And again, he's averaging 20 points in the 3 games that he's played. So it does allude to what my boy Babano's saying.
Gotcha. That's a good call out for sure. My boy Nucky, he's tapped in over there in the north. He has a pretty good read on the Raptors. He says, my boy Scotty Barnes, homecoming, PRA,
Florida kid. Yep.
And Raps first quarter. So I'm not going against Nucky on the Raptors games. I'm done doing that. So that kind of makes me back off of because I'm leaning Magic first half, but just to lean. So to see him like the Raptors early too, I probably will be on the sidelines here. But good stuff on that game. And the fixing says Barnes is an all-star. Maybe he'll show us tonight. Next game, we'll go 519, 520. Cavaliers at the 76ers. Opened up Sixers minus 7.5. Still mostly 7.5 out there. Total opened up 220.5. And we're looking at 219 as the consensus. For the injury report, I see Kelly Oubre out for Cleveland. They'll be without Ty Jerome, Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, and Rubio. I do still see Levert as a game time decision here. I'm gonna go backwards here. I'm gonna go to Wham Bam first. For myself, I personally I can't back the Cavaliers here just because I don't trust them on the road. And I don't know, for whatever reason, maybe it's because the Sixers defense hasn't been looking as crisp. I'm nervous about laying the points with them. So my first thought, and I'm going to you first because I feel like you're going to go this direction. No Donovan Mitchell. Who we looking at, Wham Bam? It's got to be Darius Garland, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking it got to be Darius Garland too. And the first thing I'm thinking is like, man, he hasn't really been diamond since Donovan Mitchell's been out. Obviously, Donovan is gone. He's been doing a lot on the offensive side. We're starting to see that people are taking his prop up. His prop has been bet up, and it is juiced to the over for I believe it's 23.5 now for his points total. I mean, I'm looking at Darius Garland. He's average. He had like 26 the last game. It's got to be something around his assists. I think you can't just come in here and think that you're going to beat this team just based off of that. One thing I didn't mention about the in-season tournament, some of these teams are trying to go for this wild card situation. This team in the Cleveland Cavaliers, I don't know if they have that opportunity as much. They can win out, and it can make it tricky because if them beating this Sixers team, which is I think they're right next to the Heat. The Heat are 2-0 in this situation there. They play the Knicks and the Milwaukee next, so they most likely are going to lose one of those two games. You got the Philadelphia already lost. This could be a good chance for the Cavaliers to win this game, beat the Hawks, because at this point the Hawks might be even out the shit by then. They might be out the shit by then. So this is a good opportunity right here for the Cavs. I'm not gonna lie. It's a tricky spot though, because the Sixers at home, what are they? 6-2 ATS straight up and against the spread. It's like, I don't want to go up against the Sixers. We know Embiid is going to eat on these boys as much as I think you was even talking about on your show earlier. Like, as much as they down there to show some type of defensive presence, I don't think they're going to stop them at all. And then I'm thinking, who is Darius Garland going to throw it to? I want to take the double-double. I'm not lying, bro. It's 350. That shit is screaming at me because I'm just like, I think he could get 10 assists today, because he has to score 25 plus and he has to get other guys involved in order for them to pull this shit off tonight. And I think we are going to get Karis LeVert back in this game here for him. So he's probably going to get some help offensively here. Is that confirmed yet? I think he's questionable though. Is that confirmed that he's going to be
it's game time still?
So I think he's coming back. I think that's going to help him out, and then that's going to help the assist here. The only problem is that I hate when he passes it to LeVert and he damn rallies it around for no damn reason. You're the only person that needs to score, bro. We need you to score as much as I need to score. So when I pass you the ball, shoot the shit. I hope that's the case. So I don't know, bro. I haven't bet this yet, but I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. I think that Darius Garland points. I like the double plus 350. I think we got a lot of value in that. He has to be the dude with the ball, especially if he gets an offensive player like LeVert back. So that's the way I'm kind of focused on here, but want to holler at y'all about it.
Got you. And a couple people agreeing in the chat. I'm coming to you next, Babano. A couple other guys that are making sense. Sharon here says Cleveland number 2 in points per game to the point guard, like in Maxey points over the ladder. And it looks like you're liking that as well.
100%. Exactly. They get killed by the point guard spot, Cleveland, on the defensive end of the basketball court. So, and the way I look at it too, Allen he's a good, obviously, interior player, but he just doesn't have that strength to deal with Embiid as well as probably other players maybe could. So I think if you're Embiid tonight, yeah, you're going to be obviously able to get yours, but I think you're going to be more in the rebounding. You're going to be throwing out assists because I think they're going to try to, they should. Allen's going to need a little help on Joel Embiid tonight. So I think maybe more doubles, and that's where you're going to see Joel Embiid kicking it out maybe a little bit more. Not saying he can't get 30-plus points, go over his point prop, but to me, this is probably more of a rebounds and assists kind of night, I think, for Embiid. I could see that. So I prefer that, and exactly what our guy in the chat is saying there, Sharon, about Cleveland. It's a Tyrese Maxey game for me, in my opinion. Over 24.5 points. It's my favorite prop in this game. He's 5-2 to the over, his point prop in his last 7 games. So he's been trending over as far as his point prop is concerned. He's really turned into that. Well, he's better than James, more consistent, more reliable, in my opinion, shooting and scoring than James Harden was last year, especially down the stretch with the Sixers. He's turned into that kind of player, Maxey here for the Philadelphia 76ers. So I like the Maxey prop, Embiid in terms of rebounds and assists, like those looks as well here in this game. I like where you guys are going as well with Darius Garland. Obviously usage, obviously volume, all of that has to go up in this matchup here for the Cleveland Cavaliers with the fact, of course, there's going to be Donovan Mitchell out, Karis LeVert, very much iffy for this game right now. So that's where Darius Garland has to step in and carry the load. As far as side and total goes, I got nothing on this game. I think, like what Skee was saying, I lean Philly. I don't know if I want to lay 7.5 though with them in this spot. So I'm off the game and I'm just looking at those props.
That's fair enough. You got some good
No,
ones.
actually
there.
not off the game. I'm betting the props. I'm off the side and total.
Well, Maxey definitely looks like a good look. Like the Garland look as well. In the chat, they're mentioning, what about Melton? Paco says he's gone over in 4.5 games, 11.5 points tonight. Can't talk you off of Melton either. So a lot of different ways to play this game. I feel like my guy Deck has another way to play this game. You laying the 7.5? It's gonna be an ass whooping tonight or what?
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, I'm not really too fond of this game. If I wouldn't go against the Sixers at the crib though, but the injuries, I mean, we could always find a way to bet. I think to bet this basketball game. Tobias Harris has been playing, probably the best he's played for the Sixers. It's at 16.
Sure.
That was kind of sharp, but he had 29 and 10 against Atlanta, probably his best game as a Sixer, and then had his bummiest game, only 10 points, 4-13, I believe, from the field most recently. So I look for him to bounce back. But yeah, he's feeling a lot more. He's liking his role without James there. He's definitely getting a lot more touches. And Tobias is a talented dude. So I like what I seen out of his game. And the Philly, I think Wham Bam touched on it, man. The Sixers at home, man, it's good money. It really is. So I'm not going to get in front of that, but it's a significant amount of points, a touchdown with the hooker. But yeah, I would look maybe Niang on Cleveland's side. He's obviously going to get more minutes, obviously going against his old team, coming off a 12-point game here. I believe he was 3 or 4 from 3, and then he had a solid game with like 7 rebounds the game before. So I think he might be getting a little bit more comfortable in his role. And then the edge of going back against the Sixers, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Obviously, with the injuries for the Cavaliers as well, should be getting more minutes. Maybe 3-pointers, and overall just points with Niang as a look. But nothing for me on this game, bro.
One other thing, too, in this game, Mobley has seen an uptick in his rebounding numbers without Donovan Mitchell on the floor. So it's another thing to maybe consider in this game. Maybe you look Mobley to get over 8.5 rebounds. He's definitely averaging double digits in these spots without the spider on the court.
Well, Jared Allen will be busy trying to box and beat out, and maybe that's a way for Mobley to go and snatch those rebounds up. For myself, so you guys made a lot of good call-outs. I mean, I can't go against any of them. Probably the way to go in Philly versus Cleveland. We'll keep it going for the show. Next game up will be 521, 522. Indiana Pacers heading in the ATL to face the Hawks -4. But as the opener, we now see a lot of -3.5. Total opened up 249.5. As high as 253 right now. So for this game, I'm coming to Bobano first. This is a Pacers team who they haven't been able to make a total high enough I don't think we've seen the 250. Is it finally too high, or can you get back to the window with the over here?
I'm riding it until I've stopped winning with these. It's that simple. And they won't. They maybe at some point it will get high enough where it's finally going to stay under for an Indiana Pacers game, but we just haven't seen it yet. I mean, 11-1 to the over in 12 games this year for the Indiana Pacers. And I know this is high. I mean, this is not an over for the faint of heart. Okay, we're talking 252.5 now with where this number is right now. But you just look at Indiana. You look at when they played Philly in those back-to-back games. You saw 257 in the one game, and you saw 263 in the other. I mean, they are very capable of even making 252.5 look small because they're just not a lick of defense to be seen with this Indiana Pacers team. But they are good enough at the offensive end. We've seen that repeatedly. And it's not like Atlanta is someone you're going to have a boatload of confidence in showing up at the defensive end night in and night out. So I am going back to the well. You're going to get paced both ways. You got teams that are certainly better offensively than they are defensively. And like I said, I've been on pretty much every Indiana game since the start of the season with these overs. Now make sure you shop around. Bet Rivers has 251.5. Some books have 252, some have 252.5, and some even have 253. So definitely do some shopping. A couple books still have that 251.5 out there. But yeah, it's over the total for me. And then quickly with a prop that I think is good. This could be one of those nights too for Trae Young. Because the Pacers defensively, nobody gets back on defense too. Their transition defense is a joke. It's an absolute disgrace. The Indiana Pacers, I think old senior citizens in the nursing home could get down the court faster with more effort in transition D than some of these Pacers guys do. But they've just been brutal in terms of that end of the court, that part of their game. And that's where Trae Young can really, really thrive. So I think you're going to end up seeing that. And here's another team. We talked about it with Cleveland getting crushed defensively by point guards. You could say that about Indiana. They struggle against the point guard spot as well. So this is a Trae Young kind of game, over points, over assists, a game where I think he's probably going to have a huge impact on the offensive production tonight for the Atlanta Hawks.
I can't talk you off of an over. It's just, it's tough for me to push that button when I see that number, but I still could never go the other way.
That's why I said not for the faint of heart. Yeah.
Yeah. Dutchy, I can't think of what direction you will be going in this game. Honestly, I don't know if you don't like. When I think of the Hawks, the first thing come to mind is that little motherfucker Trae. The Pacers.
This is as good a matchup for Trae as he'll see. By the way,
that's the first thing I thought to think of too.
So tell us, Dutch, which way is the right way in this game?
Yeah, man, you know what it is. Trae ain't the motherfucking way. No motherfucking way, bro. It is not the way. Shout out to our boy RP in the chat. Guillermo's at Tucci. What up, G? Good to see you, my man. Salute. But yeah, you Capper in the chat as well. Good to see him. I was just thinking, man, like I had this game. I watched it was over the weekend, I believe. It was, the Pacers and the Magic. I was vibing out a little bit, and the Magic just smacked the fuck out of the Pacers. Like I was like, God damn, it was from start to finish, it was bad, like JV type shit versus varsity. And I said to myself, well, I'll be back in the Pacers, whoever they play next game. And then obviously I look at it and I see, oh wow, we got the Atlanta Hawks. We'll talk about a team that we could pretty much fade an awful lot and get paid. I mean, this team usually handles business at the crib. But has been very suspect at the crib. They're 1-5 ATS, last 6 at the house, 2-4 straight up this year overall at the house. 1-5 last 6 against the number overall, and they're 3-3 straight up as a favorite. Both teams do play tomorrow. Atlanta having the Nets on deck. I just really think it's a Pacers spot right here, man. They're 4-2 against the number last 6. Obviously played to the over with 11-1. The over, as our boy Nets Bets is all over this over, right, with Bobano. I'm not mad at it. I made money with it, mainly telling you guys on these overs or with the team totals with the Pacers or whoever they're playing against. But yeah, this one I think it's clear Pacers spot, man. I think they bounce back here. Atlanta suspect as fuck. I still don't think they know who wants to be the guy, who's who is it going to be Trey or is it going to be Murray? I think Murray's the better overall player, to be quite honest with y'all. And I know a lot of your motherfuckers might disagree, but hey, that's just the way it is, man. So that till they move Trey, man, Atlanta's not the way. It's just what it is. They really aren't. I don't think. I think moving John Collins was nice, but they don't really have. Bay has his moments, but they're undersized down low. They're small as fuck now. Capella can get some rebounds, but he's light. He's real light. So when I watch them, I want Turner to play aggressive for the Pacers. And obviously they need to knock down the perimeter shot. But your boy Halliburton is playing out of his fucking mind. Knock down the perimeter shot. They got punked last over the weekend on Sunday. They're gonna bounce back. I think they win this game outright, but I'm gonna take the points just in case. Just in case.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. +4.
Will they say gold-blooded? Will they say gold-blooded out there in Indiana? Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that either. That offense definitely looks better for them. And we'll see. I think they can definitely pull it off. With the in-season tournament games, I feel like the really, really young teams care about that money. So could be the look for tonight.
That too. I've tried not to bring that into my cabin so far, and it's been doing pretty well with the interning. But that has a strong point to it, man. They got a lot of young cats over there that want that money, man.
Absolutely. Wham Bam, I'm gonna come to you, and I'm talking props. So it's a couple guys that
Halliburton over assists. Let me guess.
It has to be Hallie. Like the total is 253.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not looking at Hallie on his assists in this game.
Yeah, right.
That, or I feel like Jalen Johnson being that starting lineup, getting some more minutes now. Maybe look towards him to get some baskets as well. Either one of those guys making it on your card, or you like either one?
I'm right there with Dutch though, and I'm sticking with the side in this game. I haven't really locked in any props, but I'm Halliburton. And like you said, man, the total's so high. Who's else going to get the ball? Who else has the ball on their team, bro? Come on, man. And they give it up and they score a lot. Come on, man. What other way would I go? Definitely. And I love that it's 12.5 juice. He's averaging about 11. So what we expected, no defense here. And I expect them to actually care. This is a game where if they win, they don't have to care at all about the next game against Detroit. Detroit has no chance of winning this group. They're already eliminated already, and that's their last game, so it's pretty much over with, curtains for them. And I think this is a game where they actually care. I think that you already talked about it. They care about this game. And this is one of those things that the fact that they had the 4 days off before that Magic game, that's the reason why they came out so flat. Now they coming into this game kind of pissed off about it, just like Dutch is saying. I want to take them all the way as well. So I took a money line, though. I don't think I need the points here. I think that the in-season tournament alone is not only just going to make this competitive, it's going to give them the motivation to down the stretch, win this game, not fuck it off, take these things serious. And I think it could be an overtime type game here. I think this could be an overtime type game. So I do agree with the over. Why wouldn't we take this total over? I think it's going to be back and forth, high pace. Like I said, this Pacers team does give up defense, but I do think they have defensive type players, like Dutch was saying as well. So I like the Pacers here, man. I took a money line plus 140, and I can't be nowhere the other way if I'm going to add any props. It's going to be Halliburton assists. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 30 tonight, like some crazy shit like that, like 20 assists tonight for Halliburton. I could definitely see that, like easy. You know what I mean? So that's the only way I would go. But for sure, money line is the official play for me for Indiana. I think they take this serious, kick their feet up against the Pistons the next game in the tournament.
In a game like this, high pace, a lot of points, Tyrese Halliburton and Trae Young could combine for like 40 assists in this game. I'm not bullshitting either. That could happen. I could see it.
Somebody's going to have some nice stats, some video game stats in this game. That's one thing that's for sure. It's a matter of
these motherfucking stats, man. The Pacers just better fucking cover the goddamn basketball game.
We got two guys gold-blooded
win
tonight.
too for my boy Wham Bam.
They're gonna win the game, bro. We ain't got to worry about this shit. They're gonna win.
And then we liking a lot of points from Babano. I'm not quite there yet on this game, but I agree with both angles.
Throw in a value play too for Atlanta. Jalen Johnson, he's trending over his point prop lately. 5 in the last 7. Double-double in the last game against Philadelphia. And I think he's going to have matchup advantages against Indiana. I don't love their interior by any stretch of the imagination. So he got a double-double last game for Atlanta, Jalen Johnson, and you can get double-double on him at a plus 265 tonight at a couple of books. I think that's worth a couple bucks.
And that's one of those props that's all different all across the board. I see even plus 150s right now. So some people are taking hits on that prop. So definitely want to shop around.
Yeah, that's the guy I was looking at because he's definitely getting a lot more minutes lately. So I think he's worth a look. Shaquan says Matherin and Johnson points prop tonight is where he's going. And Chris Mack says Pacers money line with Hallie 13 assists plus 300. So trying to get a nice juicy score right there. And
well, I love the Matherin shutout. Everywhere you look, Canadian baller somewhere. You love it.
Yeah, they all over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of people on the over too. Let's get a lot of points in that game too. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of the people, Nets bets. Come on now.
All right, let's keep it going. We got two more on the slate tonight, and next one up will be 523, 524. Phoenix Suns laying 13 points to the Blazers. Opened up 229, down as low as 223. So a big move towards the under. And injury report: Bradley Beal out, Damian Lee out, Watanabe out for Phoenix. For Portland, Scoot out, Anthony Simons out, Wainwright out, Brogdon is still game time decision. When I think about this game, I have to mention, and I'll come to Dutchy here first on this one. I have to mention Phoenix coming off of a double overtime game.
Yeah.
They have Golden State tomorrow. The only way I think that they can win this tournament or have that top spot in the tournament is if the Lakers lose tonight and they win 2 more games. So do you think this is a spot where Phoenix really cares and goes all out and wins by margin? Or do they even have to versus Blazers team?
Man, I honestly, I actually got the Blazers rip motherfucking city right now, plus 13, as you would say, in my pocket. And I got it, man. I was like, it's dropping down to 12.5 everywhere else out around here in the 702, but I'm sure there's still 13s out there. But I like this spot here, and it's hard to do, put the motherfucking press the button on these Blazers, but I like it, man. These motherfuckers played a lot of minutes. Our boy touched on it. The double overtime in Utah, led by 46 minutes by KD. Okay. Everyone, you have everyone else playing, everyone outside of Nurkic playing 40 plus minutes in the starting lineup. We already know, they're a little bit deeper. Still no Bradley Beal. And as you mentioned, they got the Warriors on deck tomorrow, man. Come on now. ESPN game. Golden State, Phoenix, come on. Do you think they really give a fuck about this game against Rift City? Not to mention, the Blazers was a team. Now, they do lose a lot of basketball games, but the way they lost to Oklahoma City was goddamn embarrassing. On the home court, that was 40 points. Shea Alexander dropped 40, and they lost by damn near 40. So it was real embarrassing. They got some NBA dudes on that team, and Jeremy Grant. And of course, Malcolm Brogdon, I believe he will go tonight. We know Sharp, this kid from Kentucky. He has his moments. Got an awful lot of talent. I think they show up tonight and cover this 13, man. And most importantly, DA coming back to Phoenix, man. Those boys are going to rally around them. DeAndre, and I know Wham Bam called finger roll boy, but he gonna have a game tonight. They're a little light. I wouldn't be mad at anything with Nurkic. I think he'll probably get some boards and have a little bit going going against his old team for the Blazers. But I do think DA is just a little bit better than that boy, a little bit quicker off his feet, and we'll have a game tonight against his old team, the Phoenix Suns. So I got the Blazers plus 13. A couple things that do go in the favor as well. 4-1, the Blazers are on the road the last 5 against the number. And the Suns have been suspect at home, 2-4 straight up, obviously with or without Book in some of these games, but they're 2-4 straight up at the crib and against the number this year. 1-4 overall, their last 5 against the number. And as a favorite this year, they're 2-6-1 against the number, their last 9 games as a favorite. So I like this awful lot. And let's look at this, man. The Suns at home this year have lost to the Lakers twice and the San Antonio Spurs twice. Okay. So now you're going to be a 13-point favorite in a situational spot that I think just all over the Blazers. I know it's the Portland Trailblazers, but everything leads to the Rip City tonight, man. I think it's good money.
I tend to agree with you. Looking at this comment, UCAP are giving me a query. I checked it out. It's even better than the one that I had. It's saying just looking at teams off double overtime game or more versus an opponent who was not off an overtime game. And we're looking at the home favorite going back 5 years. It says to fade these Phoenix Suns, and that's the way I was thinking with a double overtime game anyway. I have a query that says double-digit favorites on the front of a back-to-back to fade them. It's not as strong as that query I just mentioned, but it says to fade the Phoenix Suns tonight. And I really wanted to get there with the Blazers. They're the better defense as of late. And I feel like they're the team that actually cares about this game more because, like I said, they have Golden State on deck tomorrow and coming off that double overtime. And then they may not even be able to win this tournament thing, even if they win tonight. So I just don't think they're motivated to win by 2 touchdowns. I think the motivated team is Ayton going back to face his old team. And I think his team rallies around him and try to, have a great game for him. So, Bobano, do you feel that same way? Would you be looking towards Portland, looking towards Ayton props, or how are you approaching this game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's hard to put your money on Portland right now. Admittedly, I understand it. The smallest margin of victory or smallest margin of defeat for Portland in their last 4 games is 12 points. So that's not what you want to see. But this is the spot where you got. And for me, I'm doing what Dutch did. You like Portland a little bit, Skee. I'd like them as well. I'm holding my nose and I'm taking the Blazers here with this number plus 13. I think you kind of have to. Phoenix is not winning games by margin right now. Look at those last 2 games against Utah. Very little defense. They had to outscore the Jazz to win those 2 games, both of them down to the wire. It's not exactly a team that's got the defensive continuity right now to be laying 13 points either. And, of course, they've got Golden State, a much bigger game on deck tomorrow night. So I think it's got all the elements of Portland being able to stay inside a lofty number. I just wish, A, they were a better team, and B, they're not as banged up as they are. Anthony Simons is still out. Scoot Anderson's still out. Good news is Malcolm Brogdon's been upgraded for this game tonight. So that is definitely what you want to see. So I'm going to take a shot with Portland plus 13 here. Prop-wise, yeah, I'm drinking the same Kool-Aid as everybody with DeAndre Ayton, over points and rebounds. Any props involving him, facing his old team, I would expect him to have a pretty solid night, want to make an impact in a big way in this one. Double-double's even a reasonable price at plus 120 with the double-double on DeAndre Ayton in this game. But don't sleep on another revenge spot narrative and a revenge spot player in this game either. You got Yusuf Nurkic as well on the other side. Let's not forget that. For going into this game. This is a guy that obviously spent a lot of his career with the Portland Trailblazers, now with the Phoenix Suns. So I think Yusuf Nurkic has a little something to show here in this game as well on the Phoenix side of the equation. So DeAndre Ayton over points, DeAndre Ayton over rebounds. I think he can come right back the other way with the other center here in this matchup with Yusuf Nurkic over points and over rebounds as well. I think both bigs on either side against their former team going to want to have a big night.
That's definitely a good call out. And could you let me know, and Paco Tent's also saying that, could you let me know what Nurkic's rebound number is for tonight?
Yes, I will, because I've got the Bet Stamp, which is a great app, open right now. Over 9.5 rebounds, you can get it around even money, plus 104 at FanDuel.
They're pretty much identical with points, rebounds, and assists as well. 24.5 PRA, 9.5. Very interesting that they're both kind of identical, knowing that they're going up against the same team that traded them.
No.
Yeah, I think I like his rebounds most if I'm betting anything for Nurkic. But that's definitely a great call out and one I might add, after the show. Shout out my boy Topset. Hopefully I see you again soon and appreciate you becoming a member, bro. 100%.
Turn it
coming
up.
to,
Turn it up on the felt top set. My bad, Skee.
oh yeah, I got to get back out there too, man. It's been a while since I was playing myself.
For some reason, I'm hesitant on KD over points. I've been betting KD over points a lot for Phoenix with Beal out. But Booker's back now. Yeah, Booker's taken a lot of the offensive load off Kevin's shoulders since he came back. You've got the game tomorrow night. He's older. I'm pumping the brakes on Kevin Durant over points tonight because I was initially thinking that, but I think this might just be, especially if they're up big late, let's make sure we keep Kevin fresh for tomorrow night.
I agree. UCapper says the same. Says it makes sense that Suns starter minutes will be managed tonight. We aren't going to see a focused Suns with Warriors on deck. I agree 100%. Wham Bam, I'm coming to you here in this one. We've heard a few good call outs on the props. A couple of us, or actually all of us, liking the Portland side right now. Would you be making it a consensus? You liking this Portland side? Or how are you looking at this game?
I do like this Portland side. We got to go and talk about the in-season tournament. I think I talked about it a little earlier here, but I think that this Suns team, they, as much as they don't care about this in-season tournament, they actually probably do still care to win this thing. Their next game is against Memphis after this, and they could easily win that game as well. So them winning out, if they win out, then they're really going right head up with the Jazz. The Jazz do play the Lakers today. If they beat the Lakers, they own the tiebreaker with the Lakers. So they'll just jump the Lakers as the best group. So if you like the Jazz tonight, you want to take them to win the group. You know what I'm saying? At plus 600. Don't play yourself. Don't take the money line. Take them to win the group plus 600. They give you an extra $3 there just to give you that heads up. But I don't think they're going to win tonight at all. I think the Suns have a chance to get that wild card spot because of it. Because if they are winning, if they win that, the wild card spot right now is owned by the Timberwolves. Timberwolves still play Sacramento and they still play OKC. Those two games are pretty tough, and that's a good opportunity right there for the Suns to get to that wild card spot. So they have a good chance of doing it. Their next game is pretty much a cupcake. They just got to beat this team tonight. So I agree with you guys. As much as that's being said, I agree with you guys saying that it's a good chance to just take the Trailblazers. And I think the Trailblazers are going to cover here. These guys haven't covered that much at all. The Suns is just, they're underwhelming as well. And I am sipping that Kool-Aid too with the layup boy, bro. And I like Yusuf Nurkic too. So I think I'm going to, whatever I was going to bet, because at first I was just going to take Ayton at first, but then I thought about Yusuf too. And I'm like, well, everything I'm going to do is just split it up. I'm going to split it all up. That way they could go head up. It could be they battled it off. I think the best man wins. Both men could possibly win. I think both teams actually want that too. Like, I think as much as KD and all those guys, I agree with you as well, Babano. Maybe he takes a little bit off on the offense because he's trying to feed Nurkic too down there. Like, they trying to show y'all like, man, fuck this motherfucker Aiden. Like, he suck ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really believe in that aspect of this game here. I love that type of script. So I would go only with those two guys on props. And yeah, man, you guys talked me into that Portland there. I haven't bet that yet, but I'm pretty sure after this, I'm going to be on it just to make it consistent play of the day. It's going to be the Blazers, bro. I agree with you guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have to get there too. Yeah, it makes sense to me. We'll see if we can cash that ticket. I know Nets Bets is on the other side. Thinking about that under, they say, what about the under? I mean, both teams have been playing slow. I just don't really trust Phoenix to play defense. And that's kind of holding me off in this one. But we're liking a lot of rebounds. We're liking Aiden rebounds. We're liking Nurkic rebounds. They could both hit and they can go over, though. But I don't know. Just talking it out. Not quite sure what I'll do with the total. God, Nesbeth says, word, the laziness with the lights is mind-blowing. All the info and free plays and can't use a fat thumb to click 2 buttons. Crazy.
Lazy motherfuckers, man. Call them fat thumbers, man. I call them lazy motherfuckers. You call them fat thumbers, bro. Shit, I'm the polite one nowadays. Hell yeah.
Hit that motherfucker, man. Don't be a bitch, bro.
One time.
Should be lining up to hit it 4 times each person watching the show. That's how good it is.
Or hit the dislike. That helps us out too. Fuck it. If you a bitch ass, hit the dislike. It helps out too.
We have over 300 live. if only 86, maybe they don't want to hear about tomorrow's games. I don't know. They don't want.
Yeah,
They
let's
don't
get
care.
let's get to 200 likes, man. We'll talk
Come
about
on, y'all. Yeah.
You want to hear
I don't
Wednesday's
really
look
even want
ahead?
to talk
Hit
about
that
it.
like
We
button.
already
Let's
talked
go.
about it pregame.
66%,
The
man.
fuck
We
out,
just need 66% of y'all. Come
Hey,
on,
I'm
man.
hungry, man. I could go get
Keep
something
the
to
likes up.
eat.
I'm definitely
I'm
hungry
gonna
too,
break
bro.
my fast. I haven't even broke my
I'm
fast.
definitely hungry.
You know, I'm fucking my stomach's over here like talking to me and shit. But we'll get that protein in most definitely because we will be profiting absolutely. But yeah, man, run up them likes, man, and we're gonna break down. There's a beautiful fucking card tomorrow. Damn, I
I
think
locked in that Blazers
every
too.
fucking game plays tomorrow. Every team plays tomorrow.
Yep.
So
Day
run up
before
team
Thanksgiving.
plays tomorrow,
That's why. No NBA Thursday. Yep.
run up them likes. We'll drop some game for the turkey motherfuckers, man. Let's go.
Feed your
All right,
family, man. Feed your family.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Let's get to the last one for tonight. 525, 526. Utah Jazz heading into LA to take on the Lakers. This one open Lakers -8, mostly 7.5, but there's a few sevens across the board there. Injury report. Let me just hit refresh here. For Utah, only Walker Kessler out. For the Lakers, AD is game time decision, but he's probable. Hood and LeBron, both game time decision. Vanderbilt, Vincent, both out. Another situation where Utah coming off a double overtime game here. The difference is though Utah still has a chance. The winner of this game secures the top spot in Group A, I believe, or they can secure. I think they can secure. It's hard with this tournament to keep up, but I'm pretty
Yeah, this
sure
is
they
like
can secure it.
this is pretty much like the championship game for the Group A. This is like Group A championship game. Whoever wins the championship. Wins the group.
Got you. So we've seen how serious the Lakers have taken these games, 3-0 so far. Playing pretty damn good in those games. I'm liking the Lakers, and you might be scared and want to run the other way the way these Laker bets have been going for me this season. But I just think it's a game where they can take advantage. You got Collins matchup versus AD. You got you just saw KD light him up. I think LeBron, the way he's been playing, he can light him up. Tell me, Bobano, I'm going to you. Can you talk some sense into us? Are we being wrong betting the Lakers here, or would you look that same direction?
I actually like Utah just because I've seen competitive efforts from them against Phoenix. And when you look at the Lakers, you talk about the theory of with this in-season tournament. Who are putting more focus and intensity into winning these things and trying to do as well as he can? The veteran team or the younger team? Well, we know Utah's the younger team here. There's no question about that. The Lakers are an old, the older team. Are they as geared into this in-season tournament? Not to mention they play tomorrow night. They host the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie and Luka come into town. Big time matchup for the LA Lakers. So not a spot where I'm running to lay 7.5. Utah's 4-0 ATS their last 4 games. They're playing some better basketball. They won outright as a dog at Memphis. Now, Memphis has not had a great season, and Portland's been struggling, obviously. But, they could have beat Phoenix 2 in a row at the house there. Gave the Suns everything they could handle and then some, those 2 games. So I like Utah here at getting 7.5. There's even a couple 8s out there. I do like Utah here. I kind of lean over as well. Utah's going to play fast, and Utah is scary defensively right now. At this point, they don't play great defense, and the Lakers are going to try to play slow it down against them. But I'm telling you what, Utah has been definitely trending over lately, and what it correlates to? Utah, if you go back and look, they're 5-1 to the over their last 6 games. Well, guess who they've missed the last 6 games or so? Walker Kessler. Okay, Walker Kessler is a defensive anchor. Walker Kessler is the only guy in the paint that can really put up resistance and rim protection for this basketball team right now. So he's out. So they go smaller. The pace quickens. The defense gets worse. And look, voila, you got 5-1 to the over for Utah the last 6 games, all since Walker Kessler went down. So I've noticed it. Betting markets have, because this total's gone up a little bit. It opened 236.5 up to 238. I kind of agree with that move. And the prop that I like here and even though I like Utah in the game, a Laker prop, he is struggling. He is frustrating because we know he doesn't always go over the point prop. But how the hell does Anthony Davis not win his matchup tonight? How does he not go over 24.5 points? I mean, my goodness, Walker Kessler at least has got some physical tools to try to at least limit him or make things challenging and difficult on AD. I mean, AD has what is he, 6'10", and what is he, like 253, 255 pounds? John Collins is 226 pounds. Like, there is a huge, huge size advantage and strength advantage for Anthony Davis in that matchup with the opposing center. John Collins taking that spot right now. So how does he not, get all kinds of easy putbacks and layups and bunnies at the rim here tonight in this game for the LA Lakers? So I think this has to be a night where, as much as it's frustrating and you don't know if Anthony Davis is going to get through the game healthy without suffering an injury of some kind, but I think in this matchup, you got to trust him. And yes, Keontae George, good point. I talked about him, I think, last time I was on this show talking about Utah, that lately, now that he's become the starting point guard for this team, his assist numbers have gone up. I think you can keep looking in that direction for Keontae George assists as well on the Utah side.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. And another call out here, a couple guys like in Clarkson, he has been balling lately, averaging around 29 points the last 5 games, playing against the Lakers team who he used to play for. So he could definitely have success here. His number was 22.5. I'm not mad at anybody who wants to take a shot on Jordan Clarkson here tonight. Wham Bam, I'm coming to you. Would you be looking at Clarkson here? Would you be looking at street clothes? Or can LeBron continue to do, great, amazing things? He's looking damn good lately. What you liking in this one?
I think LeBron go crazy again tonight, bro. I think it's just the narrative it just makes the most sense, and maybe he doesn't even care about tomorrow. They only care about this in-season tournament thing, and them winning this game being like it's like the championship. They win out, they're gonna win in this group and cash the plus 600 for your boy, which right now they're minus 950 if you want to take them to win this group. It just seemed like that's the only script that I'm going to be right in with, and along with Keontae George. He actually didn't shoot the ball well last game, 0 for 5 from 3. Did get that 11 assists, though, so that assist prop, like my boy Babeno was talking, was solid. I think he gets to the threes, though, today. Over 1.5 threes. He's going to shoot more than 4 opportunities. We just need him to hit, 40%, something around there. So I think that's capable of doing so. But in this game, bro, the fact that I got the money already locked in with this Lakers team, do I hedge here with this Jazz? Do I think that they have a chance? No, I do not. I think that the Lakers are taking this game definitely the most serious here, and I think that LeBron James is going to be the guy again. So if I'm taking anything, it's possibly going to take LeBron points somehow and parlay with the Lakers win, try to get some juice back like that. Other than that, I'm sticking with the future I already got. I'm feeling like Skee right now. I don't even got to be involved in this game. I already got some money coming my way. So I'm just sit back and just ride this wave here, and hopefully we catch these early plays. And Jalen Suggs does it up for us.
All right, good stuff there. Coming to you here, Dutchie. They're 3-0. It's finally the time. They're showing you they care about these in-season tournament games. It's finally the time to roll with the Lake Show.
Yeah, man. And then 1-2 straight, right? So yeah, this is the absolute best time to fade these motherfuckers, man. Absolutely.
Jazz have covered 4 straight against the Lakers too, and by the way, over in 5 straight as well, head to head.
Yeah, and they're covered 3 straight against these boys. Last 3 meetings, Utah's covered. To matter of fact, these motherfuckers haven't covered this number in 8 straight meetings versus Utah. And 9 out of the last 10, Utah, they have not covered a number this big against the Utah Jazz. So you got Utah, you could say same. Obviously, we talked a lot about Phoenix being in a double overtime situation. They were obviously in the same situation against Phoenix, but this team is a lot younger. Only person that played 40-plus minutes in that lineup was Markin and JC. Everyone other than that played under 38 minutes. Young Bull looked like he getting his legs back. Colin Sexton looked a little nice. I'm not mad at the Jordan Clarkson props. Also look at THT though, coming off a 25-point game, going against his old team, played better in LA than he has anywhere else, to be quite honest with you. So he might have a game tonight, but I think all these boys should be able to have a decent game tonight. Obviously the tournament is involved. Young dudes, hungry for majority of this Utah roster. I just think they're gritty. They're gritty, man. They got guys that can put the ball in the bucket. And when I watch LA, they're looking real slow in at times. I think they can really attack this backcourt of D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves. I really believe that. And the Jazz are 4-1 ATS the last 5 overall. As I mentioned, they covered 3 straight against these boys, and 6-1 against the number last 7 in conference versus the Western Conference. The Lakers at home haven't been too good against the number. 2-5 this year against the number at the crib, and 4-9 overall against the number last 13 against the in-conference Western Conference. So, man, the Lakers, to me, they got Dallas on the schedule tomorrow. I guess you could say they don't care about them because it's an in-game tournament. Something tells me LeBron on Kyrie, like, come on, man. I think he cares a little bit about Dallas. And Luka, I don't know. I don't know if they really care too much about Utah. I think they probably win this game for the tournament reasons. But I think this is a close, competitive basketball game. Wouldn't be surprised if Utah wins this basketball game. So you're going to give me a touchdown. It was 8. 7.5 is good money, man. 7.5 is good money with Utah. Look for these guards to really exploit the lackluster defense out of D'Angelo and these boys. They're missing Gabe Vincent from a defensive perspective, in my opinion.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all cutting up, bro. The Lakers are not about to lose.
I like this though. I like it when y'all like.
How many shows and months and days and years have we gone through this with you?
I know.
And we all hate the Lakers. Like we lose, and we lose money. Like Memphis, remember? A couple weeks ago, we're all like, "Fuck, there's no way they should be laying 7." And they blew Memphis out the water. And
they
now
let me down every time. They let me down every time.
Lakers tonight.
Everyone known to man telling me I'm falling for the trap of the century with the Houston Rockets last Friday against the LA Clippers. So, and what happened there? Clippers life and death to win the basketball game when it was all said and done.
Yeah, we'll see here. We'll see here. Yeah. I think it's going to be I do think it'll be a maybe 2-3 possession basketball game in the fourth. So, it could be close one. It's going to be a close one.
We'll see. Double overtime game.
Oh, let's Skee out here.
Let's see what you got, buddy.
How's that worked out for your ass, motherfucker? Last time I seen you, matter of fact, your ass, I was on the Rockets plus 3.5, and your ass was on the Lakers. And what the fuck happened in that basketball game? God damn it!
Hey, we're gonna turn it around. That wasn't an easy tournament.
You said they're on the hell no list. That's exactly what you said at the table. I said, damn, how many times they've been on the hell no list? Since a new season. And
last 5 games, Lakers been playing good defense though, man. They giving up 108 points, bro. They're playing good defense last 5 games.
I wanted them to win 3 games in a row. They won 3 games in a row since then, and they won 3 tournament games in a row. So we'll see.
It ain't with nobody though. It is against Portland twice and Memphis.
I mean, who are the Utah Jazz?
No, exactly. This is Utah Jazz. So yeah, exactly, right. Bro.
A team that plays the Lakers quite well, my friend. Quite well.
We're not ending the show like that though, y'all. Don't worry about it.
Let's see.
How many likes we got, man?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Oh yeah. We might end the show. That's how y'all want to end it. Fuck it then.
Yeah, we have 300 plus. 200 likes is easy, man.
They was trying a little bit. It ain't 200 for sure. But what do we have? We had 86. Now we have 123.
I'm good, man. Let's get the best bets and get the fuck out of here.
That's it. Not enough for tomorrow.
Man, we've been here for an hour, man. Fucking man, you can't hit the like button. God damn it! If we had 300 plus 200, that's easy, man. That's good money, man.
Hey, but I'll say this though: we're not on Thursday, so we can give them a couple extra minutes today.
Right. Bobano's like he's a man of the people. He's like, come on, y'all.
Hey, 10 more people hit it real quick. 10 more people just hit it real quick.
This motherfucker, he's gonna talk about every fucking game tomorrow. How many we got? 15 of them?
Rapid fire. I promise. Rapid fire.
Oh,
all right. Hey, Mr. Nasty Abobano, and since they trying to rush and hit the like button for us real quick.
Come on, hit the like button.
Ian, I'm coming to you first. a lot of games. We're just now starting to see lines for a few of them. We only have lines for 5 of them out of all of them. I see Boston -5 against Milwaukee tomorrow. Would that be a game you're interested in, or which direction are you looking at?
So here's what I'm looking at. I've got them all in front of me, typed out. Short list plays. I haven't locked in anything obviously yet. We're just getting lines, but here's what I'm considering. Very much considering Washington, Charlotte over 240.5. In fact, I'll be on that. I know I will. Washington's just been one of these teams. I bet them over most games. Charlotte's not a good defensive team. We know that. Hopefully they're a little healthier on offense there. And look, they put up points in a big upset against Boston last night. So Washington, Charlotte over. Brooklyn maybe with the rest advantage, +3, +4 against Atlanta. I'm interested in that one with the Nets. I know they got beaten down by the Sixers in their last game, but I'm interested. I think it's a great spot, and even the number's not that bad for Boston, laying a small number at home against Milwaukee in the big showdown. I've got Boston still, to me, as a better team, better defensive team for sure right now over Milwaukee. They're still trying to figure it out at that end of the floor. So I like Boston there. Celtics -4.5, 5 against the Bucks, the big Eastern Conference showdown on ESPN tomorrow night. Miami, Cleveland. Cleveland on a back-to-back. We'll see what happens tonight, but I like the way Miami's playing right now. Heat I'd be interested in a little bit depending on the number. Sacktown, New Orleans. That one I don't have much. Chicago is definitely one of the teams I bet against a lot, and I've been betting on Oklahoma City a lot. I lean to the -8 with the Thunder, but I don't know yet if I'll get there, but I'm definitely thinking about it. Clippers, San Antonio. Clippers did, dummy the Spurs. They're playing them again. Do they have that same focus? I mean, I thought the Spurs would be a little more competitive at home, but these are 2 games in a row now at home where they've really had a tough time. So I want to fade the Clippers. I've been doing that a lot. I don't know if I will tomorrow night, just to lean now to the Spurs. Memphis, Houston, Houston or nothing. But look, Houston off a road trip, and the Rockets have been great to me, but off a long road trip. 2 tough games at the end of it, Golden State and the Clippers. I don't know if this is the right spot to jump in and take Houston off a long road trip. I don't like those spots. I've been riding Houston. I don't know if I'll do that tomorrow night. Philly, Minnesota. I mean, Philly plays tonight. Minnesota's been good at home. Minnesota to me looks favored for a reason there in that game. So I'd be leaning T-Wolves a little bit tomorrow night against the Sixers. And then the other games, Golden State, Phoenix, no line. Phoenix probably in that game. I don't love Golden State's form right now. Utah, Portland, they both play tonight. Not a strong opinion there. And Dallas, Lakers, lean Dallas. But again, we'll see what the Lakers do tonight. There you go.
My bad. Good stuff on that, Babano. A lot of ways to look in that game. And I got a question in the chat about if you know trend. And it has not populated yet for that game if it does apply. The line did just come out, so not quite sure yet. But I'll say, I'm going to pass it over to my guy Wham Bam before I go. Babano gave a lot of looks around the entire card. Any ones that you're looking at for Wednesday, Wham Bam?
The first ones that sticks out, I think he touched on that over with that Wizards game. I mean, the Wizards, they just giving up points, crazy. The Hornets, I do like I think you even talked about Miles Bridges being back. Skee, I think this is a good game for him to go get some stats. So I'm really looking at his props in that game. The main game tomorrow is going to be that Bucks Celtics game. ESPN game, and be locked in, dived in on that one. I think that the Bucks kind of have to prove a point. They may care more about that game than the Celtics. Both games, I think both teams care a lot. So I kind of want to look into both teams to score on each other as well. So maybe the total going over in that game may be a good look. And then as far as I just got to go bet against the Bulls, bro. Bulls suck ass, man. Betting against the Bulls. Chet is the GOAT to me now. I'm just saying I like Chet, everything about Chet. So as far as the Thunder, I'm just thinking betting against the Bulls every chance I get. And maybe betting against the Clippers again still. That's another team that I know Victor Wembanyama and them boys, they suck ass. You know what I'm saying? They don't play really well. But I think Devin Vassell is going to be announced in. I think I don't know if he's announced out or not, but I know that it's been let me see. I just seen that shit. Yeah, he's questionable. So he's questionable, maybe looking towards coming back. And then that's kind of my thoughts there on that game as far as maybe a sneaky cover for that Spurs there. But anything official, not yet. But I'm thinking the first bet I'm going to probably go with is betting against the Bulls. Like I said, sticking to the script is what I'm going to do. And then also, if we win with the Orlando first half today, we got to go back again with it tomorrow. I think that it's just going to keep cashing, even though it's against a good team and the Nuggets. I think it's just something I'm just going to have to keep doing as well. So, yeah, and then that over, like my guy Baveno said with the Wizards game. But yeah, that's how I'm looking.
All right, I'm gonna go next, and that over in the Wizards and Charlotte's game is definitely interesting. I don't think a whole lot of defense will be played. Should definitely be played at pace. Only seeing a 240. I'm saying only 240.5 because we see a 250 today. So
you can
think
say
that's
it. You
definitely
can say
doable.
only 240 and a
Only
half
for
when
sure.
Washington's involved.
Yeah,
so
for
that's
sure.
okay.
That's average. That's an average total for them.
Yeah, I definitely got to look that direction. I would not be laying with Atlanta versus Brooklyn. Orlando, if I'm betting that game, it's only first half for that side. Boston and Milwaukee, I think that game will be a little bit more, the more intense games played tomorrow. When I think like that, I think that means a little bit more defense, probably look towards an under. And I prefer the Boston side than Milwaukee just when I think about both teams matching up. With the 5 number, I will take a second to look at it, but I don't want to bet Milwaukee. I'm not looking towards Milwaukee. I'm just not. Cleveland and Miami don't have an opinion. Sack and NO. If you know, you know what to do with that game. Chicago, OKC. OKC -8. That's out of the point range that I'm willing to play Oklahoma City. I'll probably be looking more towards Chicago team total under just because I feel like OKC's defense has been pretty solid lately. That'll probably be a nice pivot for me. Clips, San Antonio, they just played. I'm probably going to stay off on that one. Memphis, Houston. I'm not betting Memphis. I guarantee you 100% I'm not. So I guess that means I lean Houston. Minnesota, Philly. I would probably look towards the Philly team total under, or I don't know if I can trust Minnesota lane. They have been really good at home. I lean towards Minnesota. I like Philly team total under. We'll see how it shakes out. Phoenix and Golden State, we don't have a line yet, but I think those teams can both score points. Utah, Portland, a lot better games to be involved in than that. Lakers, Dallas. I would say Dallas probably cares about that game a lot more than the Lakers do. So I'm not sure everybody will even play for the Lakers in that game. I would only look towards Dallas. Um, that's how I feel about tomorrow's card. Dutchy, anything you liking or not yet?
Yeah, man. I kind of like Dallas there. We'll see how this game plays out though. But Dallas stands out a little bit to me. But I'll give you motherfuckers 2 winners, god damn it. 2 winners. The Boston Celtics and Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Those two will be 2 games I will be betting. Both
All
those
right.
teams, Boston off the loss, obviously, to a suspect ass Charlotte Hornet team. Look for Jaylen Brown to have a big game. I think he is going to do damage in that matchup. And then obviously, the Timberwolves, man, I'm telling you, they bet on at the crib, bro. It's raised by wolves, man, at the crib. Philly probably shit. Embiid might not even make the trip. God damn it.
Yep.
6-0
6-0 straight up in ATS at home for Minnesota this year. And to me, with the Boston game, it's just as Dutch says, he likes the Celtics too. Boston looks at the moment more like they're in a team that's more like a cohesive playoff team than Milwaukee does. Milwaukee's still trying to figure out their rotations, get the continuity and the chemistry right with Dame and Giannis. The defense is nowhere close yet to what it was last year. And I think Boston's got a lot of things that are working better in a lot of those areas. Milwaukee's going to be good later in the year, but I think Boston's better than them right now.
I don't know if they're that cohesive over there on the Celtics, though. They did leave Drew Holiday at the Washington Wizards facility. They did leave him, though.
Charlotte, yeah, they let them in Charlotte. But look,
does the Wizards facility have hot water right now, by the way? I know the Commanders, the brothers there in the city didn't. Yeah.
They left my boy in the cold, too.
Yeah.
Nah, but Drew does match up quite well against Dame. He's going to give Dame some trouble. I'm not saying he's going to shut him down, but Dame don't want to see Drew Holiday every day. I'll just tell you that right now. I'm a big Dame type guy. And I do think the loss, but I think they light on that bench, man. Outside of Bobby Portis, they still need it too. Milwaukee will be okay, but this ain't a good spot for them.
Oh yeah, Drew Holiday revenge game too. Did think about that.
Yeah, of course, So they're gonna rally around Drew. Obviously, they just lost to the Charlotte Hornets, man. Come on now. Milwaukee's still trying to figure it out.
I like it. Like what I'm hearing. Now it's about that time. We've been on here hour and 15 minutes. We've talked about games for today, games for tomorrow. We'll get to the best bet segment. We'll go around the horn, see that everybody likes a little bit more than the rest. Per usual, I usually go to my guy Wham Bam. So we're gonna go back to Wham Bam. He said he's not looking at props today. He only likes sides. Um, he said the other boys was cutting up today. Let's see if that's the best bet for him.
You know what though, my boy said I only like sizes hilarious. So I gotta go to a prop today, man. I don't know. Is it why haven't you traded for me, or why didn't you draft me player today, or whatever the fuck the case is? But after Babano said that, it's gotta be the best bet. It's Jalen Suggs, man, and he's going up against a team that he probably thought he should have drafted him. I didn't even know that narrative, but I love it here now. He's been doing it up lately. He should be able to get it in. Last game, he was able to do 18 minutes, got 18 points. They're only asking us to get 12 points today, over 11.5. We're going to ladder it all the way up to 15 because since he's been in the league, he's went against his Toronto Raptors team 3 times. He's averaging 20 points, hasn't had anything under 15 points against his team. So we're going to ladder this all the way up to 15 plus 225. But the official play for the best bet is over 11.5 points, minus 109. Jalen Suggs, man.
Like it. Good reasoning. And only way I can look with you, I will not talk you off that prop at all. But I know you bat it next up and tell the people how they can get paid tonight.
We're going to see if we can cash as a best bet the first ever total I think I've given as a best bet in the 250s. 252.5. It's still too low, I think, for these two teams with the pace you're going to see. Not good enough on the defensive end of the floor. We're going to take over 252.5. Indiana, Atlanta, best bet.
And that's another play that I agree with. I'm going to go next just because I love when Dutchy takes us home. And for myself, I gave out one earlier on my show. I'm going to give out the other piece to it just because I'm going with the narrative today, too. I like Ayton versus the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns not playing any defense. Phoenix Suns bottom 5, as far as protecting the paint. I think Ayton takes advantage today. The finger roll boy, he going to be dunking tonight. Give me Ayton over 12.5 points. I'm going to go to Dutchy. Last but not least, let the people know how to get paid and take us home.
Yeah, man. We can stay right there in Arizona, man. And it's a cloudy day in Phoenix. The sun will not rise. That's right. Rip motherfucking city. Portland Trailblazers plus 13. It's good money, man. It's good money. Believe it. D Mills, RP, all the real ones holding us down in the chat. Be sure to like, subscribe, share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay fun these motherfucking bookies. The rest, yeah.